Good afternoon, this is Lynx. Alright, I'm going to do a little cartomancy lesson here. People enjoy these. I'm going to use my black cat for this. You can use your Lenormand, you can use your Kipper, you can use your Sibylla cards. You can try this with tarot. It works with tarot. It's a case of, what do you do when the cards are ambiguous, or what are the cards really trying to tell you? And of course, as always, I say look at your intuition. So I've got the lucky rabbit's foot here, okay? So what I'm going to do with that is the magician. Okay. And then I'm going to take a third one here, and I'm going to do pineapple. Okay, this is a good combination to illustrate the point I'm going to make here. So this would be an individual who is superstitious. This would be a magician, an individual who uses processes to bring things into being. And this is the pineapple, which could indicate suspicion. So an individual who is suspicious of his own talent because of his superstitions or her superstitions. See how I did that? So what you do is you line them up, and you can read them in several different orders, and you get different things. The superstition of a set of processes that is not understood makes people suspicious. Superstitious surrounding a set of processes that people do not understand makes them suspicious. So now we've got a general, this would be like a general read, This tells you, that which is not understood, people are suspicious of, basically, you could read it as. Or an individual who's suspicious suspicious of his or her own gifts due to superstition. And then I would say at that point it's not finished, and I would say, well, what would lacks the compassion of being able to understand another. So in this case, the individual suspicious of their own talents and gifts because of superstition cannot put themselves in another person's shoes. Isn't that interesting? We could read it another way. Let's say processes based on superstition, or an individual who's developed context and processes, abilities, talents, procedures, recipes based on superstition is suspicious of others, or is suspicious of what's different. Interesting. So we can keep doing this and reading it in different ways and adding things to build. But with cartomancy, people like to say, well, the cards around influence, and they can influence. This is a really powerful method of understanding, sentences. These are pieces of sentences. Let's try one more. An individual who doesn't know how he got his luck fears losing it. So that's how you do it. You line them up, and you start reading the combinations in different orders and see what you get. What's the piece then? You say, what's the missing piece? What's the piece that pulls it all together? How do you know which one is quote-unquote right? Well, in some cases it may be all of them, and in some cases you know which one's right because the intuition tells you this is the way that it lines up. You'll feel it click when it lines up right. I am Lucky Lynx, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. Hope this little cartomancy lesson teaches you something and gives you some tools to use. If you'd like to schedule a reading with me, 779-302-8009, or you can email me at conjurehope@gmail.com. If you'd like to learn cartomancy, I have a Lenormand class, I have a tarot class, I have a Mexican Loteria class, I have a playing card class, and I have a crystal ball scrying class. All of them are virtual. All of them come with 2 one-on-one coaching sessions. If you'd like to learn more, the rates, the fees, how to get in, contact me via the numbers that I gave you. Try it, have fun with it, play with it, and see what you learn.